And there we go. All right, Steve Hofmeyr. Hoe gaat het?
Het gaat baie goed. Thank you for asking, sir. It's good to meet you in person. Listen, I'm an old soldier. I'd like to call you Colonel. I want to call you Colonel all the time. But you can tell me I can call you Chris. It'll be great.
No, that's great. I was going to bring that up too. You served in the old South African Defense Force back in the early 80s, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, that was 83, 84. Our war was basically at that stage in Angola, between Southwest Africa and Angola. Today it's Namibia. Very long ago, but I do remember it, and I do treasure some of the memories and, of course, the discipline that came from that.
Well, that's what's often lost on people when they talk about military service. And so, listen, Steve, I'll cut you a little slack here. You can call me Chris. It doesn't have to be Colonel.
I thought that was quite nostalgic for me to call someone Colonel again. I would have loved that. So thank you very much. It's an honor to meet you.
No, likewise, it's an honor to meet you. Listen, I heard about you many years ago, following South Africa. Of course, you were on television after you did your military career. I wouldn't say military career. It was mandatory service. Yes, it was compulsory service back then.
Yeah, it was. It was 2 years compulsory. You could stick around. You could become permanent service if you wanted to. I did the 2-year course.
Well, that sounds like a smart plan.
Yeah, I'm very glad I did it. I'm very glad. I'm probably not the best soldier in the world, but I'm certainly glad I did that.
No, but you talk about something that's very important there. It's excuse me, about discipline that people pick up. And you know, it's kind of, I did a video on Sia Khaleesi and cutting up your Springboks jerseys, which I'm not cutting up my Springboks jerseys over Sia Khaleesi. I've got like 40 of them, and that'd be a hell of a waste of resources. But yeah. in that video, I talked about, you know, Sia Khaleesi was, I quoted him verbatim in what he said in his video. And then, of course, I get attacked by the people who don't bother to watch the video and just, why did you cut your jerseys up? I didn't cut them up. Watch the video. Anyway, so I get attacked, and exactly, you know, exactly. They just see the title and they just go, and that's what they do. But in the video, I made a comparison. I said, listen, sorry, I'm all choked up, Steve. Sorry, fanboy here. But in the video, I talked about, you know, when you join a different culture, and the Springboks are a culture, like it or love it, every team, every organization has some sort of culture, whether it's a business or it's a community. And when you join a culture, there are certain elements of it you have to accept and adopt as the norms and mores of it. So, for instance, you and I went in the military. I didn't get to say, okay, well, you know what? I don't like getting up at 4:30, so I think we should get up at 6:30 because that's how we get up back where I come from. Or, you know what? Since I'm going to basic training and you do it in English, but I'm not an English speaker, I think you should change for me because I speak Spanish as a first language. No, you don't get to do that.
Exactly.
And so, as I recall, I hear a lot of the English-speaking South Africans always used to moan about the SADF because basic training was in Afrikaans, and they had a hard time with Afrikaans, a lot of them.
Yeah, it's true. In the army, it was like that. In fact, I remember one specific time during training when we were marching, and after 3-5 weeks of Afrikaans instructions being called out, they decided to have one weekend in English and one weekend in Afrikaans. And some of these Afrikaans instructors had to obviously change over to English, and they had to translate and they had to do the course. But if some of them got us to march, but they couldn't get us to stop. And at that stage, during basics, you marched, and you will keep on marching until you reach Mozambique, but you will not stop marching until someone says halt. And the Afrikaans guy couldn't get the English for it. They fetched us half a kilometer down the road. Well, true, yeah. I do come from a school, interesting, which was a parallel medium school, which we had 1 week of Afrikaans, 1 week of English, which today I'm very grateful for. You and I can have a chat in English.
No, your English, of course, is excellent. But no, I just think that'd be a real problem, particularly if you were out on the border post near Grootfontein in Namibia. I mean, if you just keep marching, you wind right up amidst the UNITA troops at some point.
Exactly, yeah. Now, I always thought, you know, if I don't think we lost the war, but if we didn't do well in the war, it could have been our troop there, which were completely Afrikaners and they didn't take well to English instruction.
Well, that might